Hey guys, welcome back to the Gen Files. Today we're doing my empties that have piled up since about September. So empties, things I'm decluttering, yeah, and giving like little reviews of everything and how I felt about it. Was it worth it? Not worth it? Did I like it? Hate it? All that good stuff. So I did separate everything into categories: skincare, makeup, stuff that just didn't work out and has to leave. So I'm really excited to talk about that with you. I hope you give this video a like and consider subscribing. Yeah, welcome to those who have recently joined. It's good to have you on board. So without further ado, let's talk about all the stuff because I'm ready to boot it out of my house. All right, so this is all of my skincare and body care empties. I used up a hand soap. Foams go really quickly, so if you're looking for a soap that will last a while, you probably don't want to go with the foam, but regardless, this is a pretty good brand. You know, it's hand soap. I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's fine. I kind of use whatever these days. Yeah. Cotton balls, you know, taking off nail polish, using a toner. Those are usually the main things I use these for. Sometimes I even like split them in half just to get even more use out of them. It depends how thick they are. If they're super thick, I'll do that. These are from CVS. This is the brand Fruit of the Earth, and I've had this in my desk at work for the longest time. And I know this isn't really a talked about brand, but I got this at a CVS. I'm sure they sell it, you know, on Amazon or wherever else. And I really enjoyed this actually. It does look pretty beat up. And I like that there's no like really strong smell with this. It's not too sticky. It's very lightweight. I recommend it if you ever come across one at a drugstore. It smells like aloe. It's not like a cute scent, but I think I kind of can appreciate that sometimes. So this is the Vaseline Spray Moisturizer. It smells like cocoa butter. I usually use grapeseed oil to moisturize, but that isn't very travel friendly. So I got this type. It looked interesting. It's just, I don't think this absorbs well. It wasn't really moisturizing in my opinion. So yeah, no. I've emptied out so many grapeseed oils, and this is a really good brand too. I got this off Amazon, Bellaterra oils. So check it out if you're looking for something to moisturize that has no scent, is on the more natural side, and absorbs quickly. This is the Even Deeper Cleansing Oil by a brand called International Face Station. I was sent this back when I used to blog, so it's been a really long time. Didn't really care for this at all. It did not remove any makeup, A, and B, you had to kind of double cleanse with this, and I'm not a fan of double cleansing, but it did clean my makeup brushes pretty well when I used it with the soap. So hey, there's that, but yeah, definitely not something I would get. Not a huge fan. All right, here's the Eva NYC Clean It Up shampoo. This is a sample size and pretty decent amount in here, but this has, you know, all these things in it, protein, argan oil, stuff that sounds good, but you don't really know if it does anything. But this was like nice enough to use. It smelled like sugary, kind of a sweet smell, not too strong. I wouldn't get this full size though. I mean, I wasn't that impressed by it. It's just, to me, pretty average like most shampoos I've tried. But I do have coarse hair and I need something that's going to moisturize my hair, and I haven't found that yet. This is not it, but it was nice to try. I finished up a tea tree oil by the brand Botanicare, and I use this for when I get a painful breakout because this numbs any type of pain. I mix this with a little bit of grapeseed oil because you're not supposed to use this directly. It's, you know, pure, I guess, and a little too harsh if you do that, but yeah, it's just a staple that I like to have in my collection. Now, when I was replacing this, I went with a different brand, but this wasn't bad. I think most tea tree oils kind of perform the same across most brands. I haven't really, you know, noticed any difference. I always like to have one of these in my collection. The EOS lip balms, I really thought I liked a lot at one point, and I don't know, I'm not really crazy about them anymore. They're not really greasy, so that's cool, but probably won't repurchase EOS. I think I just had so many that I've been using and I'm just kind of over the brand itself, so I'm gonna move on to a different type if I ever run out of the ones I do have. Finished this Blistex Raspberry Lemonade Blast lip balm. It has SPF 15 and I really enjoyed this. I like that it didn't taste like SPF 15 because I think a lot of lip balms with SPF taste gross or leave some weird kind of aftertaste. After having this for as long as I did, you do kind of get sick of it because it is a stronger scent. Ready to boot it out. But if you're in the market for a good lip balm, I did enjoy this. It does actually moisturize your lips. Some products like this, you just reapply and your lips feel drier than they did before. This didn't do that for me, so highly recommend. I probably just wouldn't get it again because I'm over this flavor. All right, so makeup. I actually ended up using up 2 foundations. Did really like both of these. I really loved this foundation for the price point. This is only $6. This is the Flawless Satin Foundation. Mine was in the shade Natural. I would compare this to the Lancome foundation that I used to have, but like way cheaper, of course. It's e.l.f. So definitely want to try out. It's more mattifying, I feel like, than dewy, definitely. So keep that in mind, but it is pretty decent. I would get this again. And the Shiseido one, the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing one, I really liked. This felt really good on the skin. Yeah, sent to me by Influencer. I did not buy this, and this was the shade Silk. It drives me crazy when I can't get to the last bits of the foundation. Like, I should be able to twist this whole thing open and get out all the stuff that's stuck on the walls and get even more use out of it. This one, no problem doing that. I should be able to do that for like a $48 foundation. It's kind of wasteful to me, so I didn't like that. And it's a little steep in price. I don't just like drop 48 bucks on a foundation like every single time I run out. Maybe like a once every year, once every 2 years, I'll drop money on a more expensive foundation, because that's kind of the only area that I really buy makeup in anymore. So I do like to play around a little bit with different types. I just won't be getting this one for the 2 reasons I stated, the price and the fact that you can't scoop out the rest of it. That was just like so frustrating to me. So, but it is a really, really nice foundation. Finished up 2 concealers. I've been using these consistently for about a year now, or maybe a little less than that. So this guy is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. Got mine in this shade Light Ivory. Yeah, it definitely did brighten up my under eye a little bit. I prefer a little bit more coverage than this. You could kind of build it up, but it wasn't going to give you like full coverage. Not that I need super full coverage, but I just wanted a little bit more than what this gave. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't be against getting it again, especially for the price. I want to say this was like 5 or 6 bucks, so I couldn't really complain about that. Would repurchase this again, but again, I like to play around with different brands and try different, like, you know, higher end ones as well. So I probably won't repurchase this for a bit, if I do repurchase it. Here is the Pure concealer. This is a Click Pen. It's the Disappearing Ink concealer. I always like to say the shade. This one is in medium. I enjoyed this a lot. The product itself was really nice to put on. It was easy to blend, which is always a plus. I didn't like how this smelled though. This smelled to me like soap. If you're somebody who is sensitive to fragrance, this would not be one that you want to get. It literally smells like soap. I think it's a really pretty packaging. I like that a lot. For the scent, I can't repurchase this again, even though it was nice. The smell kind of drove me crazy. Speaking of scent, this is the Beckham Signature perfume. I really like this a lot. It smells a lot like Calvin Klein Euphoria, if you know what that smells like, except this is not as intense. So I would call this Euphoria Light. So really nice perfume. I'm not really buying perfume right now. I have so much perfume already, but this was a nice one. Just something to note for the future. You might have recognized this in my Project Pan, just the Meh concealer. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish that they give everybody all the time, and it's okay. It doesn't really do anything for me, so won't be repurchasing that. And the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara, which I really, really liked. This is really good mascara, but it definitely, you know, made my lashes look thicker, voluminous, if you will. So I would get this again, but because I like to play around, I probably won't get it anytime soon. I just know that it's a nice mascara. This is stuff I'm actually decluttering. This I brought in for a recent Shop My Stash for November. This is MAC Vellum, and I just didn't really think this did much for me at all. This is an iridescent white shade. The white part doesn't turn up as much, which is fine by me, but it's just not pigmented, which I don't need to have super pigmented makeup all the time, but I do have an actual MAC pigment that is very similar in shade and actually turns up more. I just thought this was kind of pointless and didn't really come up on me. Like, you can see a little bit here, and again, I don't need like tons of pigment in my makeup. I do low-key makeup as well, but like if it's not even going to show up in a way that makes a difference, I don't see the point in keeping it. So I'm actually going to be decluttering this, which I wish I mentioned that in my Shop My Stash video this month, because I usually do like a recap, but I'm catching it here. This is MAC Electra. This type of silver pulls a little bit of purple. I don't really care for that too much. It looked a little too frosty on me. I have a silver that I like a lot more that I'm actually using right now in my Shop My Stash. And yeah, I'm just gonna part with this because I just don't like how it looks on me that much. Quality of the shadow is nice. It's not that. It's just I don't like the shade. Also, this Bare Minerals eyeshadow in Rock Crystal. A little too buttery yellow. I'm not a big fan of that kind of color. And I feel like I have so many Bare Mineral eyeshadows from back in the day. Like, I always try to give them a fighting chance. Like, I always want to try them on and make sure I really don't like it. I have enough goldeny, highlighty shades. I'm good. So I'm gonna part with that. An EcoTools powder brush. This is probably my second or third EcoTools brush, and I no longer have any of them anymore. Okay, well, the first 2 that I had fell apart on me. And this brush, just look at the bristles. Like, they're all kind of clumping together. I'm not quite sure why it's doing that, and I've tried to clean this different ways, different types of cleansers. While this isn't falling apart on me,
it does drive me crazy. And it doesn't give me a good feeling that they're all clumping together. I feel like that's going to make it harder to put makeup on, and it's just not worth the hassle anymore. I really like my EcoTools brushes when I first got them, but over time they just have not held up for one reason or another. I don't know why that is. I've only tried the face brushes though, never the eye brushes or anything, so I can't speak for those. I don't know how EcoTools brushes are now. This is probably one of my oldest brushes ever, so maybe it's just time to let it go now. You know what I mean? It might just be old. And I think the more you try to wash them, they just get like that. This drives me crazy, so I'm just gonna part with this. This is the Sally Hansen Cream Hair Remover. It's a depilatory cream. I do use this for my upper lip. This used to be my jam. Like, this was what I used like before. I had a huge tube of this. It would last me forever and worked just as great from the minute I bought it till the very end. Then I repurchased it, and I don't know what's up with this new formula, but it stopped working like over the past 2 months. And I actually read on Amazon that this is only effective while it's like newer. That ain't good, and I have so much of it left. I ended up getting a different brand altogether that I really do like. It just loses its effectiveness, so bye. My mom likes to gift me makeup often, which is cute, but it's also kind of overwhelming. But anyway, this is the Burt's Bees lipstick. It's called Sunset Cruise. I don't really like this brand of lipstick. She's given me different ones like this. I really need to sit and have a talk with my mom about this, but I don't care for this brand. It's one of those like natural brands. They tend to go off even sooner, and I've had, you know, other lipsticks from this line that just are kind of lumpy, and I don't like the packaging. I'm kind of a packaging snob, not super snob, but I don't like how this twists up. I don't like anything about it. So I'm just going to get rid of it. No reason to keep it around. Last but not least, I am on this mission to get my wax melts used up. I've used up a couple already that were kind of on their last legs, so I'm just adding 2 more to my empties for those. I used up Mocha Doodle by Scentsy, and this is like a Better Homes and Gardens. Just want to finish them up. I have a whole bunch that I bought at once, and I refuse to buy any more until I'm done with them. These smelled really nice. I don't really use these every day. I'd rather play it safe and not overdo it. I did have a little fun buying a whole bunch of them at one point, but we need to use them. They don't really keep too well too. If you have them for too many years, they start losing their fragrance a lot sooner. So yeah, just showing you that I used up 2 of them this month, but these were nice.
All right, guys, that just about wraps it up for this Empties video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for checking in and watching. Definitely consider giving this video a like and a subscribe. That does help my channel out a lot, and I'd love to have you on board. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.